or possibly stand up, right? But sometimes someone might just try to be up and put all their weight forward on you this way, right? It's not obviously a good way to open the guard, but if you're not anticipating and you don't know how to deal with it, it can be a lot of pressure on your head and your neck, and you know, it can crunch your spine into a weird position if you allow the person to sort of like hurl you up from there. So we'll start with that first. So if you're in my guard real quick, right? So anytime someone hugs your neck inside the closed guard, right? First things first, you have to treat this neck hug the same way you would treat it if the person was in the mount position, right? So if Arjun was mounted on me right now, this arm would be, technically it's hugging my neck, but technically it's also trapped, right? So basically if I were to do a trap and roll right now, it would be to the side of the hugging arm. We all know that. Now if he's inside my guard, it's the same concept. I'm going to go for a sweep, and I have to just make sure I'm going towards the side of the hugging arm, all right? So from here, if it's really a lot of shoulder pressure and it's pushing down on me like this, the first thing I want to do is use my body to extend a little bit, just so that I can breathe. So keep putting pressure on me here. You see how I can still breathe a little bit? So I'm just squeezing my knees together and extending my legs, extending my body away, and I'm cupping his shoulder to keep the pressure off my face, okay? Now, if he stays in this position, right, and he continues to keep trying to drive forward, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hip out slightly to the side. So the side away from the neck hug. I'm hipping out to the side away from the neck hug, and I'm going to hook my foot under his knee. All right? Once I get the foot hooked under the knee, this same side hand is going to underhook his arm. And now I'm going to start lifting my hook, lift, 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 lift. And right when I feel like he's almost off balance, I'm going to chop with my supporting leg and get on top. All right? And then once we're on top, of course, we can mount. Since we have his arm held, a lot of the time we end up with a pretty good Americana entry there, right? So one more time, anytime someone hugs around your head, again, not a good move inside the guard, but if you don't know what to do, it can be a lot of pressure on your neck, your chin, your jaw, all that stuff, especially in a tournament setting where someone's really trying to make you uncomfortable, right? So first things first is I'm not allowing my knees to collapse to my chest. I'm extending my body, so put some good pressure here. So I extend my body, keep my body pretty rigid here. Keep the shoulder pressure off my face with my hand. I can do these little shoulder walks back if I need to. And then ultimately I'm hipping out to the side, right? I'm not stepping and hipping out, I'm using my thighs to hip out. I just do a little hip out and then hook, okay? And then once I have the hook, a lot of the time I can just make a grip on his gi here, or if I can, I'll take the opportunity to swim underneath this arm, all right? Sometimes when I hook inside like this, the person might take his hand and push my knee down and step over, right? So if you take your hand, you push my knee and step over it, boom, and then maybe hug my neck with this arm. Yeah, I don't want that to happen, okay? So when I uncross my feet, it's with the understanding that I'm gonna hook inside, right? And right away I'm gonna swim under the arm. So if he tries to push my knee, see how I can kind of prevent that? Keep my elbow lifted so he can't reach down. And now from here I'm lifting, 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 and then chop here. Okay? And then once we end up on top, make sure you mount right away. So if your legs are down here, don't stay down here. Pinch the feet to the hips, keep your head low, and then if you can, try to isolate this arm for the Americana. I'm gonna try one more. So here the guy's putting all his weight, turn your chin a little bit. Yeah, there you go, right? And now from here you're gonna hook, little hip out, yeah. Hook, and then underhook right away. Boom, and this will keep my hand from pushing your knee down. And now you're gonna start lifting that hook, lift, 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 and then chop. Beautiful. Right to the mount, keep your head low here, and if I make the mistake of swinging my hand, yeah, exactly. Right to